Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the October meeting of the New York State Joint Commission on Public Ethics. Let's get right to it. Attachment A, approval of the minutes from the September public session. Any question or comments?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Deering? Oh, thank you. Monica, we have a motion to approve and a second. Deering and Weissman.
Thank you.
All in favor? Love the efficiency this morning, guys.
We'll make up the time.
We're with you.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, if you'd record me as not voting, I did not attend the meeting.
Then we have to wait.
Okay, then
we have to wait.
we can move on and we can come back to the vote because
Yeah, we'll have to come back to it.
Commissioner
because-
Horwath and Commissioner Cohen are on their way up right now.
Got it. So
Okay.
we don't have a quorum just yet.
For purposes of the minutes.
Yeah, so let's move on to report from staff.
Sure. So, we did receive a call letter from the Division of Budget asking us to submit our request for our appropriation for the 2021 year, and so that is due on November 6th, as has been the case for the past several years. They're seeking a flat budget request, and so as we have in the past, we will make a request to continue to have an appropriation of $5.582 million. If anyone has questions or wants to discuss our request, you can contact Martin or me after the meeting and we can talk it through. Second quarter financial reports, is Steve there? Can Steve?
Yep. Thank you, Monica. For the second quarter, for personal service, we spent just over $1,070,000 for a year-to-date total of just over $2.3 million, or 49.8% of our budget. Non-personal service for the second quarter, we spent just over $135,000. Year-to-date, just over $288,000, or 31.7% of our non-personal service budget. So for the total for the quarter, for the second quarter, was just over $1.2 million. Year-to-date, just over $2,588,000, or 46.8% of our budget. So we're in line with our cash budget so far.
Great, thank you.
One question. Is the executive director's salary public information?
It's available through the controller's office, and also obviously once there's an executive director, it's available through C2 New York.
Okay, I was curious what it was, but I can get that offline.
The salary isn't set at any particular number.
The previous.
Yeah, you would have we can talk about it if you like. I can get you that information, but you can look it up in C2 New York, so it's publicly available that way. Any other questions about the second quarter financial report? Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. We had our annual CLE program with the Center for New York City Law on Thursday, September 26th at the New York Law School. It went very well and was well attended. We had about 180. Oh, okay, we both here. Right there. Okay. We had about 180 attendees. The attendees' reviews were very positive, with many requesting that we consider doing a similar program in Albany, and so that's something that we will evaluate and see if we can develop. We also released the latest edition of our book, and hard copies can be requested, but it's also posted on our website. We provided guidance for state employees to engage in crowdfunding through social media, and on ethics issues to consider for state employees who rent out property, and both of those are available on our website. And then I just want to remind everyone that the FDS filing deadline for academic filers is November 15th. We've done outreach to the relevant agencies on that, and that will and that process is underway. And lastly, there is the meeting schedule for January to June is attached as Exhibit B, and it will be posted on our website. We didn't receive any notice of conflict from any commissioners, so that'll be the schedule going forward if anyone has any questions.
Thank you. Okay, so let's go back now that we have enough commissioners here, with Gary abstaining. Let's go back to the minutes behind attachment A. And we had a, thank you again for the motion and second.
I guess I have to abstain on this.
You weren't there?
Here for the September. Is it the September minute?
Yeah,
Yes.
September minutes.
Yeah, I wasn't here, so I have to abstain.
So all in favor?
Okay, New York City,
Unanimous Albany, except for Commissioner Levine
Unanimous WebEx.
and WebEx.
We have 8.
okay,
Okay.
that gets,
Good, so that's gets. Thank you. Under new and other business, let me just take a moment to note that Commissioner Garcia is no longer with us. She resigned after the last meeting in September, and I just, on behalf of the commission, want to thank her for her service time with us and wish her well in the future. Anything else under item 4, Monica?
No.
Martin? Okay, so that concludes the public session.
Mr.
I need a
Chairman,
motion to enter in.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes?
may I ask your indulgence for just a few moments to allow me to express myself and express myself publicly on the failure of Mayor de Blasio to set a high standard of ethical leadership. May I proceed?
Please go ahead.
It's now in the public domain that the relationship of the mayor and the Committee for One New York has been the object of scrutiny by the City Department of Investigation and by this commission. The mayor has failed to acknowledge impropriety or make any sincere commitment whatsoever to raising the ethical standards of his administration. In fact, the mayor's response has been contemptuous. The mayor knew there were at least 2 opinions of the City Conflict of Interest Board that called into question the behavior of the mayor and his minions, at least put them on notice before they engaged in the improper activity that they did. The mayor ignored the admonishment of his own legal counsel. Worse, after the Department of Investigation rendered its report with respect to the Committee for One New York, the mayor fired the commissioner. There's an expression which I will paraphrase, Mr. Chairman. When an administration wants its members to do the right, it will demand integrity. When the administration is indifferent to the wrong, it demands only loyalty. This administration has failed in one of its most important responsibilities, ensuring a high ethical standard. And I appreciate you letting me express myself.
Thank you, Commissioner. Anything else from anybody before we go into executive session? Commissioner Yates.
With the unfortunate loss of Julie Garcia as commissioner, who was a terrific commissioner when she was with us, we only have 2 Democratic legislative appointments because the Senate at the Democratic side has not appointed someone for, I don't know, 10 months. I don't know how long. And if you look at the rules for the way we operate, it's very, very, very difficult for us to do our work unless those 2 days are filled quickly.
Thank you. Anything else? Okay, can I have a motion to enter into executive session, please? Thank you, Commissioner. Second, thank you, Commissioner Yates. All in favor?
Aye.
New York City,
WebEx. Commissioners Deering and Weissman, voting. Okay, and Commissioner Fisher.
Yes, I said yes. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
unanimous Albany.
We're back in public session. Great.
And Monica, can you summarize what we did in executive session?
Sure, we discussed litigation matters, the commission approved 2 settlement agreements, the commission commenced 2 substantial basis investigations and authorized steps in other investigative matters, and discussed several other investigative matters.
Great.
That's it.
Unless someone has something else, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
New York City.
Even me.
Albany and WebEx.
Great. Thanks. Take care.